And now some bitter news for kids who have, say it with me, a sweet tooth. See what we've done there. New guidelines out. Drastically cut sugar from children's diets. The American Heart Association is now recommending that children between the ages of 2 and 18 consume fewer than 6 teaspoons of added sugar a day. None for children under the age of 2. Currently, 2 to 19-year-olds in the United States are said to consume an average of 19 teaspoons a day. You can see the conundrum, one that, well, CBS News medical contributor Dr. Narula faces, a cardiologist here with the details. And, you know, the math is pretty simple there.
Yeah,
That's
19.
Let's like slash some 70% of the added sugar from our diets. And it's, you know, as much as anything, added sugar is sneaky. It's hiding in a lot of places. So first, just to the numbers, why and what have we learned that demand it?
Right, so foods have natural sugars and added sugars. Natural sugars are in things like fruits and vegetables and milk products, and those are considered relatively okay and healthy. It's these added sugars that really all they do is increase your caloric intake and don't provide any nutritional benefit that we're concerned about. And as you mentioned, we're talking about an average use of 19 teaspoons a day. The recommendation now says 6 teaspoons. Currently, kids consume about 16% of their total daily calories as added sugars, and they're getting it in places like sodas, sports drinks, cakes, cookies, candy. It is sneaky, and you really have to try to read the label. And unfortunately, the way that the labels are now, it just says total sugars. It doesn't break it down, as it will in July of 2018. When labelers will be required to specify total sugars and added sugars.
And so, I mean, what you did essentially, you gave a parent perhaps looking to get a hold of this another way to look at it. Teaspoons, for those of us who are not drinking tea, I don't know what that means, but
right.
There's a percentage of caloric intake. Parents are going to say, though, maybe I can control what's consumed for breakfast, but once my teenager, once my preteen is out of the house, I don't know what they're trading on the schoolyard. I don't know what they might be grabbing, at the pharmacy on the way home. It seems, how drastic is this really?
Well, I think you hit on a really important point, which is once they're out of the house, they're out of your control in terms of what decisions they're making, which is why you really need to teach your kids a healthy pattern of eating from the time they're young so that when they become teenagers, they make healthy choices. And in my opinion, the kids will do that best if they understand the science behind it. Instead of saying, you can't have this, you can't have this, explain to them why. That's what we do with our child. We try to teach her that, these added sugars raise your risk of obesity. They raise your risk of high blood pressure. They raise your risk of having elevated triglycerides and becoming insulin resistant. None of these things are good. All of these things increase cardiovascular risk. The other thing is modeling good behavior. So as parents, you want to try to eat healthy and not eat a ton of added sugars as well. The recommendations from the AHA are about 9 teaspoons a day for men and 6 teaspoons a day for women. So by showing kids how to eat properly, how to look at labels, how to understand the science behind nutrition, they will make better choices when they get older.
You've got them. I've got 2 girls, young ones, and it's the negotiation. Daddy, I'm thirsty. Okay, can I have some lemonade?
Yep.
No. Can I have some orange juice? No. Why not? Why can't I have orange juice, Daddy? And if I can get them to water more often than not, I've won. My overall record, I fight the good fight every day.
As do I.
It's interesting, and it's not just sweet stuff. The added sugars, when you look at it, they're not just hiding in sweet foods. They're often, you'll find them in breads, pretzels, things that don't taste sweet to the to the lips. What do you tell parents who are looking to get a hold of that aspect of it?
Well, so when your kid says, can I have juice, it's better to offer them the whole fruit because the whole fruit comes with fiber and vitamins and antioxidants and other things that are more nutritious for them. If they want juice, then 100% unsweetened or real fruit juice is the way to go, but in limited amounts, usually about 4 to 6 ounces for kids that are 1 to 6. Also, again, looking at the labels to see what the total sugar content is. And if it's not a fruit or a milk or a dairy product, the total sugars is a pretty good estimate of the added sugars.
Yeah, my 7-year-old was convinced that she liked grapefruit juice until she had a grapefruit, and that was not the same. Natural sugars, is that how do they come into play? Is it just, again, the overall caloric count?
Exactly. So, I mean, part of a well-balanced diet, you should eat fruits and vegetables and get some natural sugars in, but you don't want to eat all fruits and vegetables because, again, that's just going to raise your calories. So you want to split up your calories amongst things that create a balanced plate. Actually, the government has a website, Choose My Plate, that is very helpful because it shows you how your plate should be proportioned in terms of, meats or fish, proteins, vegetables, fruits. You want to create a colorful, healthy, balanced pattern of eating.
And survive and advance as parents each and every day as best we can. Doctor, great to see you as always.
Thank you.